Eddie there.
Yes, I hear you were plotting to cut me out if the president spoke. I think you just need to get your priorities right.
Well, I do appreciate that. How are you?
I've been, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. And can I just, to be serious for a moment, can I make a point of science? I want to make a point of
Yes.
science. Tonight has shown us that even in the winter of civilization, there is only so far up the hierarchy you can get by filleting a man who's 30 years older than you.
That's
Only,
true.
only
Truism.
That's true.
there's a
Finally, some
limitation.
good news.
It works in terms of becoming the district attorney. It works in terms of becoming the senator or whatever. But when it comes to being, and you need vice president. But when it comes to president, then no, there's a limitation in place. I think that's excellent news.
A line in the sand, civilization.
A white line in the sand.
Well, that throws all of my plans out of order.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
but so any particular thoughts on just the way that the entire process is
Well,
operated?
I suppose I mean, what we've seen. I don't know if you've had AA on, or if has he gone to have a little
Yeah,
nap
we've
now.
had him. He's still here, I think.
One of the is he sleeping in the corner or something, curled up. But one of the points he made was in a very good video he made came out last night, was decided that look, they know he's going to win. It's obvious he's going to win. This is what the top tier stuff is saying. The way that they're phrasing the questions and all that kind of thing. And they had to, in a desperate, the leftist journalists had to, in a desperate last minute attempt, had to try and gaslight us with this nonsense about a higher Iowa and other such nonsense, because they couldn't quite believe they had to buoy themselves up. They couldn't quite believe it was happening. They had to tell themselves that it wouldn't happen. But I mean, it was quite obvious that what I think, as we said a while ago, once he was almost assassinated. I just think that I mean, the thing, have you seen? Well, presumably you have. I mean, I've only been up a couple of hours, but there's the black vote. There's areas of certain states which are overwhelmingly black, sort of 70% black, and they voted Trump.
Yeah.
And it seems to me that the moment that he went from being a 78-year-old man to being just a badass who could survive an assassination, not only survive it, but survive it with gravitas, like more than gravitas, with balls. And
Well, I mean, the Democrats made a massive mistake of putting a shrill black woman in charge, right? 'Cause, I mean, like, if there's one thing the black men of America are aware of, it's what a shrill black woman's like. Oh, God, yeah, I'm voting.
Well, hang on a minute. I mean, this term black woman, let's not stretch black woman out of all definition.
Well, they characterized her as.
She's characterized as black, despite the fact she's half Hindu. She's half Indian. She was raised as a Hindu. She was raised by a single mother who was a Hindu in Canada. And her father is almost
She's raised
certainly
in Canada. I didn't know that.
yes, in Quebec, yes. Her parents broke up when she was 7. I mean, at least they followed the system of that. And then the mother moved her and her sister. I can't remember what her sister's name is. It's something silly anyway.
The
But
Fonda.
was it?
I don't know. I should say Le Fonda, something
Yeah,
like that.
we'll go
it'd
Rahana.
be something
We'll go
Indian.
for that. The sister, by the way, followed the system as well, because she got pregnant at 15 and then had a child at 16. So she's kind of the Angela Rayner of American politics. And
Look, she's just got a big clan, okay?
she's got a big clan. Okay, a big clan. Yeah, big. All right, fine. And no, so she's half Indian then, and most probably on the other side, about the father's probably about 30% black. So that's obviously nonsense. But anyway, you're right. I think you're right that they just saw everything they can't stand. That the churchy kind of preachy black woman that says no, you shouldn't be drinking and you shouldn't be having fun and you should be ensconced in your Pentecostal church on a Sunday and not having a laugh. And they're like, no, screw that. Whereas
I think the mugshot really helped Trump as well. Like that I think that really sort of put him on the radar of that community, because they were suddenly like, well, hang on, he is a badass.
I mean, it was truly an iconic moment when he stood up after that thing and fist pumped the air. I mean, when he was on Joe Rogan, he was very nonchalant about it as well. He just like said, "It's made me a tougher guy."
Well, you're being quite nonchalant about it, Bo. After that thing, after almost being killed,
Yes.
Yeah.
after a bullet grazing your head, after that, I mean, what
After
would you
literally
do?
being shot.
Yeah, literally being shot, and he just got up and he's like, fight, fight, fight. It was like he knew this is the moment. This is the moment. It clicked in. Don't waste this opportunity. This is an opportunity. Everything is a business opportunity or a political opportunity, and wow, you're not going to get better than this. And I think, I mean, it's like the nearest comparison I can think of. It's like I mean, he was meant to be. Was it that he's been found guilty of various 4 different criminal trials. It's possible he'd be found guilty 3 weeks from now. It's possible he'd be going to prison 3 weeks from now. It's perfectly conceivable. But now he's won the election. I mean, this is more extreme than a comeback by Nixon.
I saw this people saying this sort of thing on Twitter. Like, look, Elon Musk. There was 2 futures. Elon Musk either goes to Mars or he goes to jail, and it looks like we're getting the Mars future, right?
I don't know. I don't know if we'll ultimately get to Mars, and even if we do, to terraform Mars is going to take ages.
Sure.
It's really.
I have this argument with Bo all the time. There's just nothing there. I've got no interest.
It's a rubbish place to live. You're better off living in Birmingham.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Birmingham.
Well, okay, calm down. I'm not going to get stabbed on Mars.
Well, no, you won't get stabbed on Mars, but there'll be certain difficulties with things like respiration.
Sure,
and a lot of
sell Mars to me now, Jesus.
I mean, it's very sad. I mean, another possibility, of course, is Venus, but the problem there is it's really hot.
I don't like the weather. Yeah.
No, it's really hot. It's too hot. I mean, it's much easier if it's cold to make it hot than if it's hot to make it cold. And also, we couldn't actually land on Venus. We just have to sort of build a colony, sort of floating above it on the very viscous air.
Yeah, I can't even go to Florida, to be honest.
I'd take Mars cancer over an acid attack in Birmingham.
Well, yeah.
I guess that's my only 2 choices in life as well. That's the only 2 paths open to me now.
Yes,
well, it was suggested at one point that they were so desperate for Kamala to win that they were going to pretend they discovered alien life, and then consequently.
They already did that in Mexico, though.
Oh no, that was the miniature ones. Yeah, you mean the little miniature tiny ones?
Yeah, they already said, "Oh, we've got aliens," and nobody cared.
Yeah. To be honest with
bye,
you,
Ed.
I'm going to show you. So I got this brilliant book here, the day after Roswell.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you should read it. It's very interesting. I mean, why would they make this up? And one of the things that they know, I'm waiting for that to go on my rat wiki. Ed Dustman believes in aliens. But no, if you look in the book, one of the things that again and again and again the aliens seem to be identified as a similar kind of highly pedomorphic look, which could be consistent with a very extreme level of evolution towards high intelligence, because there seems to be this balance between having a big brain and having highly sort of baby-like features. The more the intelligent people are, the more baby-like their features are. So I know, just a thought. But anyway, it's fine. They don't need to pretend that aliens have been discovered, because part of me just thinks I can't quite believe it. I didn't dare. People have been saying to me, "Who do you think is going to win?" And honestly, my instinct was probably Trump. And my instinct was that we were being lied to about the polls. Of course we were. We were being lied to about the last-minute surge for Kamala, all this kind of stuff, so that to manipulate people into kind of, wanting to be on the winning team, and so therefore to get out and vote for Kamala and all of this kind of stuff. I kind of thought that, but then I almost didn't want to jinx it, so I just didn't dare. So someone said to me, "Who do you think is going to win?" And I said, "Oh, it'll be Kamala. They'll rig it." But I deep down. I think it was.
I'm totally with you on this. I was totally cynical in the beginning of the night, thinking, look, because one of the worst things is when you predict and you're wrong, and then lots of people dunk on you.
Also, I suppose there's a degree to which they know the level of chaos has become now so extreme that they know it will cause a backlash if it carries on like this, and so they need to stabilize things a bit. And that's perhaps what Trump will do. They know that it's really not worth. It's not worth it. If there was another 4 years of this, you could have serious violence in America. So best to allow things to calm down. I think is he gonna speak? Are we? Is this happening?
I don't know.
Not on stage yet, I don't think.
Yeah. For some reason, he's not respecting our schedule.
But I mean, it was an obvious the moment. I mean, I just don't know why she's done it. It was such it's every election I've ever seen in my life, the person concedes on the night. And Hillary set this precedent. I don't know if it's a woman thing, if they're so emotionally overwrought and whatever that they just can't cope and they break down, and cry and stuff, and they just go to smelling salts and faint. That they can't possibly concede on the night, and she didn't concede on the night, and of course, therefore, we knew that was symbolic of that was a symbolic concession not turning up was a symbolic concession, and the guy getting on stage and saying, "Oh, there's still votes counted."
Kamala is not going to apparently speak tonight either.
No, exactly. It's exactly the same thing, and the precedent has been set that if you are a woman and you therefore perhaps more likely to cry easily and get overwhelmed, then you're allowed to have a half a day's grace to calm down so that you can maintain your dignity when you concede defeat. And so in effect, she's conceded defeat, but it's conceding defeat as far as I can work out in a woman way, which is to send a chap onto stage to concede defeat on your behalf.
Like George Galloway didn't bother turning up to his count when it was clear.
Well, I'm not saying George Galloway is a woman, but although he is left wing, and so there may be, and he did dress up as a cat and suckle Budalenska, but
it's low T for sure.
No, he's not. He's like, isn't he like a polygamist or something? Hasn't he got like some?
Oh, okay. Maybe not low T, just feminine.
He's not
reaction.
Some kind of Muslim marriage. No, he's definitely it's the first. But I think he's pretty high T. I mean, I remember I met him years ago. He's a muscular, loud kind of a chap. And he's bald.
So he's just like decided on the path of evil for the fun of it.
Yeah. He's decided like Skeletor in that respect.
Right.
High T, but also still a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Skeletor is a little bitch, right? But he's really muscular. He's got these bulging muscles.
Yeah.
You had Skeletor when you were a kid.
Never made sense.
Bulging muscles, mesomorphic body type, but just a little bitch in his little castle with his little eight lantern, with his little evil Lynn and Modulok.
Because you just never know where the conversation's going to go when you come on.
Modulok was. They were all quite high tea, weren't they? I mean, they all kind of had. They were on steroids.
If you would like to watch the full uncut version that is also uncensored, head on over to lotuseaters.com to find out more.